On the night of April 15, 1912, the famous ship Titanic sank during its maiden voyage. About 1,500 people died in this terrible accident. Since then, the event has grown into legends that have become an occasion for research and attracted the attention of filmmakers. Having collected many facts about the Titanic, director James Cameron filmed the story of this shipwreck, presenting the film of the same name in 1997. Which actors played in the cult tape and what their characters looked like in real life? Let's find out today. Subscribe to the channel, put a bell on all notifications, let's go. Kathy Bates in film, Margaret Brown in real life. Oscar-winning actress Kathy Bates agreed to the shooting of Titanic without hesitation. She got a special heroine, Margaret Brown. This rich woman stood out among the others, and it was she who sent the rescue boat to return for those who managed to survive after the disaster. Whether the ship actually returned to the scene of the accident is unknown. However, for this, Margaret Brown was called Unsinkable Woman, and her story was shown on Broadway. Interestingly, actress Kathy Bates even looks a bit like her character in real life. Bernard Hill in film, Edward Smith in real life. The authors of Titanic paid special attention to the image of Captain Edward Smith. As a true leader, he took responsibility for the accident and did not dare to leave the ship with the passengers. In the film, where the man was played by Bernard Hill, this character dies at the captain's helm and goes down with the ship. Jonathan Phillips in film, Lightoller in real life. Actor Jonathan Phillips, who played Titanic's mate Charles Lightoller, was also struck by the resemblance to a real figure. Like other members of the crew, he died at the scene of the tragedy. Jonathan Evans-Jones in film, Wallace Hartley in real life. All viewers of Titanic drew attention to a group of musicians, led by violinist Wallace Hartley. Realizing that they had no chance of salvation, they played their instruments until the last minute of their lives. This fact is true, and everyone who survived remembered it. In the film, this character was played by Jonathan Evans-Jones. Victor Garber in film, Thomas Andrews in real life. Unlike Joseph Bruce Ismay, Titanic engineer and developer Thomas Andrews had no intention of fleeing the ship. Until the last minute of his life, he helped the crew with the evacuation, handed out life jackets to passengers and helped them get to the boats. Rochelle Rose in film, Noelle Leslie in real life. Episodes were shown in Titanic by Noelle Leslie. The Countess was played by actress Rochelle Rose, who was perfect for the role of an aristocrat. Martin Jarvis in film, Cosmo Duff-Gordon in real life. Thanks to the actor Martin Jarvis, the audience saw one of the anti-heroes of the Titanic. We are talking about the Olympic medalist Cosmo Duff-Gordon, who neglected the rules of evacuation and was one of the first to leave the liner without letting children and women through. This cowardice was described by the authors of the tape. Jonathan Hyde in film, Joseph Bruce Ismay in real life. Businessman Joseph Bruce Ismay is one of those whom people despised after the death of hundreds of passengers on the Titanic. The man was the executive director of the White Star Line, which developed the liner. It was he, according to official figures, who insisted on reducing the lifeboats from 48 to 16. Joseph believed that the liner could not be sunk, and therefore took care only of its luxurious appearance. The same character appeared in the movie, Titanic. Here he was perfectly played by Jonathan Hyde, who conveyed to the audience all the cowardice and irresponsibility of this character. He, along with other passengers, left the Titanic in a boat and watched others die because of his aesthetic ideas. Rosalind Ayres in film, Lucy Duff-Gordon in real life. More intelligently, his wife Lucy Duff-Gordon appeared in the tape. This woman was well known as a designer and correspondent for famous glosses. And what about Rose and Jack? The main characters of the movie, Titanic, were fictional to add drama to the plot. There was no such passenger as Jack Dawson on board the liner. Therefore, this character from the beginning to the tragic death was an invention of the authors. But the image of Rose was borrowed from a real figure. We are talking about the writer Beatrice Wood, who became the prototype of the main character of the Titanic, although she was not an eyewitness to the tragedy. Elderly couple left on the ship on the Titanic. There really was a sweet old couple, Isidore Strauss, played by Lou Poulter, and Ida, played by Elsa Raven, who voluntarily stayed on the sinking ship. In the film, we see how they, embracing, await their fate. In reality, Isidore insisted that Ida be saved, but received an answer from her: "We have lived together for so many years. I am where you are." On this, our video has come to an end. Write in the comments which character from the Titanic movie do you like the most, and which character from the movie is the most similar to the real one. Subscribe to the channel, put a bell on all notifications. See you in new videos. Bye.